Welcome to practice. I'm Donna Cavanough. Today's class, we're going to be doing some modified salutes to the sun. And if you have trouble reaching the floor to step your leg back, it can be really nice to put a chair, nice solid chair with the seat facing you and all four legs on your mat. So grab a chair and we'll get started. So leaving the chair aside for a moment, let's begin with feet underneath the hips. So we're in our mountain pose. And until we start to really bring our awareness into the pose, we probably don't stand here like a mountain. So notice if your legs are working or if they're just relaxed, and lift the quadriceps. And notice suddenly you've got that really, that feeling of strength. So lifting the legs, lifting the hips, lifting the breastbone and the top of the head. So now we're lifting. We want to feel anchored, feel the feet, draw the tailbone down, the shoulder blades down, and give yourself space to breathe. Roll the upper arms out, palms in. And here we are with awareness in Tadasana and breathing. Great. And for a little bit of balance, we're going to shift the weight into the right foot and lift the left foot up high. Now, before you put the left foot back down, you use that mountain pose, that core of the body, to find where you're going to put your left foot and then transfer your weight. Okay, so from side to side. And if you're starting to get the hang of this, and so you're not falling back into place, but very deliberately finding where you're going to put your foot with the skin of your foot and then transferring weight, try doing it with your eyes 3/4 closed or even closed. And see if you can keep that same level of balance. So we try and keep the balance in the standing leg. It's a bit of a tall order with eyes closed. Okay, nice work. All right, find Tadasana again. Feeling strong and that you're reaching. Feet reaching down, head reaching up. Closing your eyes. Put 2 feet on the floor, it's a little easier to balance. And we're going to roll the chin into the chest and then roll the spine forward. And you're going to feel the skin on the back of the spine stretch, which is not normally how we would work our spine, but just to give the back a stretch and get that feeling of rolling the joints of the spine, and then roll up. And then we're going to do that again. But this time we're going to follow the breath. So as you exhale, make a nice long exhalation and follow that exhalation with your rolling down. So the chin's into the chest and we are stretching the back. And then we're rolling up, follow the breath. Good. When you get to the top, take your shoulders up to your ears and then shoulders back. And then rolling forward again, chin into the chest. Rolling. And then rolling up. And shoulders up and back. Lovely. Stay standing and roll the shoulders up to the ears and back. So noticing the quality of movement in the joints, and sometimes it can feel really rocky in there. Let's look for a smoother feeling. Breathing deeply. Lovely. All right, we're going to make a forward bend shape, which is different, so that we really understand that different way of leaning forward. Bones of the spine pressing forward. And now reach your torso out and over your leg. And put your hands anywhere on your legs to support. So now we can't feel the skin of the spine stretching tight, but we feel more the stretch in the leg. So letting that stretch be in the leg. Beautiful. And to come up, we're going to bend the knees and we're going to roll up bone by bone. Okay, so when we're holding that forward bend, the spine is supported and easeful and the legs are stretched. So again, Uttanasana, but keep your back bend shape. Notice how that's a stronger movement for your legs to stretch. And try to stretch both legs together. We often do one at a time. Let's just see how that feels to go together. Lifting your kneecaps, your sit bones. Lovely. Bend your knees. To come up, we are going to roll up. We're going to go bone by bone as though there was a string on each vertebra, lifting one, then the next, then the next, then the next, getting to the top, and your shoulders are rolled. So noticing what a different way this is to go forward. So we bring the bones of the spine forward and we reach the torso forward. In our Uttanasana. Lovely. And then finding your straight legs as straight as they'll go. And find your breath. Feel when you breathe in the spaciousness of that breath. Easing the bones of the spine forward and stretching the back of the leg. We're going to breathe in to roll up. Imagine bone by bone of your of your back. Vertebra by vertebra, lifting, lifting, lifting. And when you get to the top, shoulders up and shoulders back. Okay, nicely done. We're going to give the arms a little stretch now. In Garudasana arm, take your arms out to the side, reach them all the way back. Oh, give them a nice stretch. Beautiful. Let's take the left upper arm over the right. Hold your shoulders. And then see if you can get your elbows a little further across. And you can stay here, hands on shoulders, or you can reach for your thumb. Right thumb. No, left thumb with the right hand, or face the palms. All right, let's keep the shoulder blades down and the neck really relaxed. You might lift your elbows, you might take your hands away from your face, and this is dependent on how your shoulders feel. Lovely. We're going to make this a forward bend. Again, excuse me, I've got a croaky voice this morning. So find your back bend shape. Reaching the torso forward. And we'll keep the back of the neck really long here. Try to keep the bones forward. So you probably feel like your spine wants to stretch up to the ceiling, but we're embedding the bones. That's it. And then stretching your legs again. All right. And we are going to go from side to side so you can alternate the stretch of the legs. And we're going to do that by swinging or swaying the trunk, your trunk, from side to side. So you might feel the legs naturally want to bend and straighten. So we're keeping an easeful feeling in the spine and the neck, but a stretching feeling in the leg. Your feet are hip width and parallel. Beautiful. Back to center And we're going to bend the knees and we're going to roll up vertebra by vertebra, all the way up. Lift your arm, looking up, feeling that back bend and lifting powerfully in the front of your legs. You feel really supported. And then releasing. Nice work. Swapping your right arm over your left, holding your shoulders or reaching for your thumb or your palms. Shoulder blades down, neck relaxed, looking up. Good, and we're going to bend the knee and reaching your torso forward. So bones of the spine embedding forward. That's it, and legs stretching. Reach the hands as far forward as your shoulders allow. Keep your neck relaxed. And see if you can avoid that feeling of the skin between your shoulder blades stretching. So bring the bones forward. That's it. And then we're going to sway from side to side. Let your legs naturally bend and straighten. Find the flow of your breath, the flow of this movement. Not an easy movement, but looking for ease. And back to center. Bend your knees and roll up vertebra by vertebra. And lifting your arm, looking up. And release your arms out to the side and reach them back. And Tadasana. Beautiful. All right. So now we're going to use the chair I talked about. So I'm not going to use a chair today, but basically you put your hands on the seat of the chair instead of on the floor, and it makes those long lunges more accessible. Tadasana towards the front of your mat, short front of your mat. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Standing for 10. Beautiful. We're going to take the feet into downward facing dog pose. And you can do that by stepping the left foot back and then the right. Or you can take your little steps and start to warm up your feet. So I like to land on the foot and then lift right up onto the ball of the foot. However it feels good. Good. And then we'll find our downward facing dog pose. So the fingers are stretched out wide and the heels are pressing towards the floor. The kneecaps are lifting and the sit bones are lifting, and we're letting the head just hang down. And breathing deeply. Beautiful. And you can take little steps to come forward, or even little hops or jumps, or you can step your left foot forward. So just figure out what your movement's going to be, front to back of the mat. Good. And then we're going to roll up. Urdhva Hastasana. And Tadasana. Arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana, bones of the spine, reaching forward. Hands onto your support. And decide either you're stepping your right foot in a big lunge back, or you're taking your little steps and getting your feet to warm up. So get the feet really moving. Be panther-like. All right, downward facing dog pose. And we're finding here the flow of the breath. The feeling of being in this yoga posture, this body posture. Pressing into your fingerprints, the base of the index fingers, the heels pressing. And can you lengthen your legs and your spine? and your armpits. And then if you just step back your right foot, you'll step forward your right foot, or you'll take your little steps, whatever feels good. And Urdhva Hastasana and Tadasana. All right, so we're going to do the same thing, but when you choose what you're going to do to get your feet to the back of the mat, choose something different. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Bones of the spine pressing forward, letting your legs stretch. Okay, how are you going to get your feet to the back of the mat? I'm going to do little hops this time, or jumps. Downward facing dog pose. Lengthening armpits, the backs of the legs, the fronts of the legs, lifting the sit bones, and breathing deeply. Where is the weight in your hands? See if you can get it more into your index finger and the fingerprints. Yes. And then how are you going to bring your feet forward? Little jump. And then coming back to the front of the mat. Tadasana. And we'll do the same thing. And if you can, try a different version of getting your feet to the back of the mat. Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana. Uttanasana. Bring the bones of the spine forward. Beautiful. All right, so if you're stepping feet, take your left foot back. It's a good way of remembering it. Good, and then right foot back. Otherwise, you're jumping. All these ways we have to move. And here we are in our downward facing dog pose. Pay attention to your hands. We want to keep the fingers nice and straight and strong as we get older, as we grow. As we grow. Press the heels down, lift the sit bones. Okay, and then you might be stepping your left foot forward, or you might be jumping. And Urdhva Hastasana and Tadasana. Lovely, and we'll do one more, and you can step your other foot forward and back if you're doing those long steps. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana, bones of the spine forward. And you might be stepping back with your right foot and your left. Downward facing dog pose. And then you would be coming forward with your right foot. And Uttanasana. Urdhva Hastasana. And Tadasana. Okay. We're going to do some standing poses now, but be moving through this sequence. Tadasana, Urdhva Hastasana, Uttanasana. Bones of the spine forward. We're going to take a big step back with the left foot for Trikonasana, triangle pose. And what we want to do is line up the right heel and the center of the left foot in an arch. And you're going to lift your torso. You might have to lift it all the way up, but until you can get your left hip to roll back, your left rib, your left shoulder, so you feel like you're nicely in one plane over your feet and your legs. So if you need to lift up to do that. And then we'll put the right hand onto the right leg where it reaches and lift the left arm. Lovely. And then we'll take some time with the breath to explore reaching the spine further to the right ribs further to the right, the left rib further back. Take your left hand back. Strongly. Notice where the resistance in your body wants to pull the torso forward. So this is the work of the posture with the breath, feeling that ability to roll back the left hip, the left rib, to open the heart. Drawing the shoulder blades to the waist, so the neck is long. And breathing. That's beautiful. All right, we're going to windmill the left hand forward to the front of the mat or to your chair. Turn your left foot to face forward. We're going to step forward, lift up, and be balanced on the right foot from here. So try and make one smooth movement. And if you've got the chair in front of you, you can put your left foot up on the seat. Or you can just lift your left leg in front. We've got the hands in front of the heart here in Namaste. And feeling the core of the body stabilizing you. Beautiful. The resilience in your foot, the reflex in your leg. Good. And then place that foot back down. Tadasana. Mountain pose. Truly feeling your mountain. Urdhva Hastasana. And Uttanasana. Bones of the spine forward. Okay, big step back with the right foot for Trikonasana. So we've got the left heel lining up with the center of the right foot in an arch. And then we need to lift the torso. Might have to lift all the way up to find that movement of rolling the right hip back, the right ribs, of lining yourself up over your leg. And then we start with the breath to elongate left ribs, the spine to the left. Place your left hand on your leg, right arm up. Use your right hand as a lever so we can roll the right ribs back, open the heart towards the ceiling. Feel the foundation of the leg, the core of the body, the strong support there, and the lengthening with the flow of breath. Yes. Trikonasana. Beautiful. Windmill your right arm back to the front of the mat and turn your right foot so you can face forward. And prepare to step forward, lift up, and balance on your left foot. Just noticing the parts of that movement that become difficult. Good. And your right foot is going to be up in front. So you might have it on the seat of the chair. If you don't have a chair there, but you're a bit wobbly, you can always put your tiptoes on the floor. But holding the leg up, press the hands in front of the heart. Shoulder blades down. Feel the core of the body. Find your mountain, even though you're just on one foot. Beautiful. And then understanding where you're going to place your foot before you put your weight there. Tadasana. Finding your mountain. Expressing every part of that foundation, strength, steadfastness, reaching. Urdhva Hastasana and Uttanasana, bones of the spine forward. Lovely. We're going to step the left foot back, and this time it will be for warrior 2. So you need a really big distance from your right foot to your left foot so that you can bend your right knee now and lift your torso. arms out from the shoulders. And as we sink the hips, we want to lift the pelvic floor. So all that downward pressure of the hips down, but we want that internal muscular support, really lifting. Bring the right knee to the little toe side of the foot. Turn your whole torso to look back to the left, and then just your head to the right. Feeling the flow of breath, and feel this warrior posture, being your own warrior. Beautiful. We're going to windmill the left arm back towards the front of the mat, and you're going to turn your left hand forward. Great. So we've got a bigger distance this time. It's going to be a little harder to do that stepping forward and lifting up. So accommodate yourself, but be really curious about what works and what is difficult in that posture. Whoa. Bringing the left leg in front. So this time we're going to hug the knee in. Now, if you're a little bit wobbly, you might not be able to reach for your knee. So you're going to repeat the hands in front of the heart. Otherwise, holding your knee, and lift the knee high. Squeeze the knee, feeling your mountain, even though you're only on one foot. Whoa. Beautiful. Now, you've squeezed the knee in as far as it'll go. Let's see if you can hold it there and bring the hands back in front of the heart. And then with intention, placing the left foot down into Tadasana. Noticing what that feels like. To move with intention. Even though there might be wobble, there might be reflex in action. Feeling your intention, your mountain, and the breath. Urdhva Hastasana and Uttanasana. Bones of the spine. And big step back with the right foot. Remember, we need that extra little bit of distance for warrior two. Bending your left knee. We're going to lift the torso and bring the arms up at shoulder height, out from the shoulders. And we've got the left heel lining up with the center of the right foot inner arch. We're going to send the hips down, bending the left knee, but lift the core of the body, the internal muscular support. Beautiful. Turn your whole torso to look right. So you feel the right ribs reach back, and then just your head to look left. Bring the hips closer to the floor. Lift the pelvic floor. Shoulder blades down. Finding your warrior. Your breath. Beautiful. Windmill your arms back to the short front of your mat. Turn your right foot forward. So we've got this bigger distance. Notice your journey as you intend to lift up, step forward, be balanced on the left leg, and bring the right foot in front. Good. And we're going to try and hug the knee into the chest. Now, if you're too wobbly for that movement, have the hands in front of your heart and lift your foot as much as you can. Otherwise, use your hands to really squeeze the knee in closer. We want to find our mountain. The core of the body stable or stabilizing, resilient, reflective. Beautiful. And then see if you can hold your knee there and bring the hands in front of the heart. And putting that foot back down with intention. I really love how much that is improving. Your mountain pose, Tadasana. Lovely. Urdhva Hastasana, Uttanasana. And then we're going to walk or jump, however it feels good, your feet towards the back of the mat, downward facing dog pose. With the legs lengthening, the hips lift and reach back, and then the spine lengthens. And the head just hangs down. We feel where the weight is in the hands and are able to direct that weight into the fingerprints, the base of the index finger. Beautiful. Knees to the floor. And child's pose. Make room for your tummy so that your child's pose feels good, and you can have your hands beside you. I like that one for resting the shoulders the most, but it might feel better for you to have your hands under the floor. Lovely. And then we're going to take either a kneeling position. If that doesn't work for your knees, sit onto a blanket and put your feet out in front. In your kneeling position, try to wiggle your feet so that the toes aren't pointing in and heels out, but rather the feet are parallel to each other. Parallel. Not like that. You'll get a more even stretch on the inside and outside of your ankles if the feet are parallel. And it's interesting to notice if it's difficult. So Virasana, I'm going to bring the hands near the feet and lifting the breastbone and bringing the bones of the spine forward. Oh. Good. And we're going to take the hands back behind and have the palms facing down and put your tips of your fingers against your back waist, and then try to press the palms of the hands towards the pelvis, and we'll bring the elbows towards center. Beautiful. And then releasing, and we're going to tuck the toes under. So if you're sitting with your feet out in front, because this doesn't work for your knees, sitting tall and pressing the back of the legs to the floor. Kneeling people, toes tucked under, just practice lifting the knees off the floor and putting them back down, maybe just a centimeter. Beautiful. And then releasing. And we're all going to sit with the feet out to the right side. So you can have your legs out longer if your knees don't like that bend of the kneeling position, like a mermaid. Or you can tuck your feet in neatly beside your right hip. Take your blanket, make a little support under your left sit bone so you can sit up straighter. It feels more even in your lower back. Feeling the flow of your breath. We're going to stretch the core of the body, and we're going to do that by leaning back. So turn to your left, lean back, and see if you can feel that internal stretch deep into the core of the body. So sometimes you need to wiggle your torso a little to find your stretch. But I tend to find the further I lean back, the bigger the feeling. And then we try to keep that feeling, but we're going to bring the torso perpendicular to the floor. This is Bharadvajasana, wise sage pose. So in your wisdom, listening to your breath, listening to your body. And then releasing that side, and we'll change over to the second side. So the support goes under the right sit bone and the feet are out to your left, whether your legs are bent and the feet are neatly next to your hips or your legs are out in a straighter fashion. We'll turn to the right side and we'll lean back. And finding the stretch for your belly. And when you've got that good stretch going, and wiggle your right hand in so your torso is more perpendicular to the floor. Keep stretching to the right rib back. And the wisdom here, listening to your breath and listening to your body. And releasing. We're going to lay down on the floor. Arms down and arms beside your torso. Feet hip width parallel. We're going to roll the bones of the spine up and down. So lifting the hips and lowering down, and try to keep your legs parallel. Keeping the neck nice and long, so when you lift up onto the top of the spine, we might need to lengthen the back of the head away from the shoulder blade. And as you lift up and down, you start to ease tension from your back and find all those subtle and supple movements of the spine. And then relaxing, hugging your knees into your chest and rocking a little bit from side to side. We're going to finish with happy baby pose today. Arms on the inside of the legs and hold your feet or your leggings. Knees as close to the floor outside your chest as they'll go. And toes towards the floor overhead, and your legs are deeply bent. And we just press the lower back to the floor. Belly is relaxed. Babies are happy. Rocking a little bit from side. Feeling the flow of the breath. Beautiful. Bring your legs back in and hug them. And if you were able to lay out for your own Shavasana, that would be nice. Or if, like me, you need to finish the practice, we're going to roll to the right side. And come up to sitting. Take the feeling of the practice with you. Namaste. Mm-hmm. Thank you for joining.